Hello guys, welcome to the second video. My name is Roni Bejjani from the Geology class with Professor Hamad Janjuha. And in the previous video, we discussed the cycle of rocks. In this video, we're going to talk about the formation of coal. So hope you all guys enjoy. So this video will be called Coal with an A, the formation of coal. Some of you might ask, why coal? Why talk about coal specifically? But many people tend to forget that there are many uses for coal. It's used for heating at home, it's used for big factories, also used for electricity, it's a main component in this process, and also the material of coal is used to form steel, plastic, and also medicine. Although the US has the biggest reserve of coal, having almost 28% of the global coal reserves, coal can be found widely across the globe in many different areas, many different regions, as you can see on the map. And this goes to show the importance of coal and its impact on our current society. First of all, you should know that coal is created by the remain of plants that lived millions of years ago and got buried by dirt and water. Also adding, of course, the heat and temperature conditions required for this process. So it's considered a non-renewable source because the process takes millions of years. This also helps us realize that the energy found in coal is the energy stored in plants. As we mentioned, the origin of coal is the remains of plants. So, the first step in the formation of coal takes place in a waterlogged environment where those plants' debris accumulate in a quick rate, a rate quicker than the bacterial decay rate, which is really important. In the second step, the vegetable matter that we obtain will decay and accumulate, forming what we call peat swamp. In order for peat to become coal, it is essential that burial by sediments happens to the peat. It is also important to know that a certain volume of peat will not give us the same volume as coal. In fact, the volume of the coal obtained will be 10% of the volume of the initial peat. The next step, which is step 3, is called bitumenization, which needs high temperature and pressure conditions to occur. These conditions will be provided because of the deep burial of the peat by sediments, which will form a blanket, therefore trapping the heat of the earth higher than the temperature and also providing a deep and constant pressure on the peat. And these conditions will cause chemical reactions, therefore the carbon percentage rises, forming the bituminous coal. The fourth and last stage is when the bituminous coal that we obtained will be transformed into anthracite coal, a process that takes millions of years to complete. We can conclude that along this process, many ranks of coal will be obtained depending on which stage we decide to choose. Lignite is a coal at the early stage of the process, therefore it has the lowest energy content and also it's crumbly and highly moisturized. Subbituminous is found at the next stage of the process, having more carbon than lignite, therefore a higher heating value. Bituminous comes next with an even higher heating value, up to 2 to 3 times the heating value of lignite. Lastly comes anthracite, which is very rare, 2% of overall production approximately, and contains up to 97% carbon with a heating value that is slightly higher than the bituminous coal we discussed before. Okay guys, so basically that's it. We went the complete cycle from going from old plants to the formation of different ranks of coal. I hope this was useful to you, and see you next time.